What if the worst disaster in human history lasted just 1 second? Not a nuclear war, not an asteroid, just 1 second. If the Earth suddenly stopped spinning, the ground beneath your feet would stop. But you wouldn't. In less than a heartbeat, cities would collapse, oceans would rise, and the world you know would disappear. So, what would actually happen? Let's rewind to the moment before everything changes. Imagine waking up tomorrow like it's any other day. You're walking to work. Cars are driving normally. Birds are flying. Then, for just 1 second, the Earth suddenly stops spinning. Not forever. Just 1 second. It sounds harmless, right? After all, 1 second goes by in the blink of an eye. But that single second would become the most destructive moment in human history, because while the Earth stops, everything else doesn't. Right now, you're standing perfectly still, or at least it feels that way. But you and everyone else on Earth are actually moving at incredible speed because the planet is constantly spinning. Near the equator, you're traveling at about 1,670 kilometers per hour, faster than many airplanes. The reason you don't notice is simple. The ground, the buildings, the oceans, the atmosphere. They're all moving together at exactly the same speed. It's like sitting inside a smooth train. As long as the train keeps moving steadily, everything feels normal. But what happens if the train slams on the brakes? You fly forward. Now imagine the train is the entire Earth. The instant Earth stops spinning, your body doesn't magically stop with it. Physics has other plans. You keep moving at the same speed you were already traveling. That means millions of people would suddenly be launched sideways through the air at hundreds or even over 1,000 kilometers per hour. Buildings wouldn't protect you. Most of them would collapse under forces they were never designed to handle. Cars, buses, and trains would be thrown across the ground. Skyscrapers would twist and snap. Entire cities could be flattened in seconds. It wouldn't feel like an earthquake. It would feel like the entire world had been punched sideways. But people aren't the only things still moving. The atmosphere is moving too. When the ground suddenly stops, the air keeps racing around the planet. That creates winds faster than the speed of sound. Imagine the strongest hurricane you've ever seen. Now make it several times faster. Those winds would rip trees out of the ground, strip buildings apart, and throw debris like bullets. Even places that somehow survived the first impact would be devastated by walls of air powerful enough to erase entire neighborhoods. Then come the oceans. The water doesn't stop either. All that momentum sends enormous walls of water crashing across the continents. These wouldn't be ordinary tsunamis caused by earthquakes. They would be oceans trying to keep moving while the land suddenly stands still. Coastal cities would disappear beneath massive waves. Ships would be thrown inland. Even places hundreds of kilometers from the coast could be flooded. The maps of the world would never look the same again. And here's something even stranger. The Earth isn't perfectly round. Its constant spinning makes it bulge slightly around the equator. If the planet stopped rotating, gravity would slowly pull that bulge back toward the poles. Over time, oceans would begin flowing away from the equator. Some areas would become new seas. Others would become dry land. Entire countries could vanish beneath water, while others suddenly gain coastline. The planet itself would begin reshaping. Thankfully, in this thought experiment, the Earth only stops for 1 second. Then it starts spinning again. Problem solved. Right? Not exactly. Now everything gets hit again. As the ground suddenly accelerates back to its original speed, anything that somehow survived the first stop is slammed once more. It's like surviving one giant crash only to be hit by another immediately afterward. Buildings already weakened would finally collapse. More storms would form. More destruction would spread across the globe. 1 second would be enough to change civilization forever. But here's the good news. This isn't something you need to worry about. The Earth's rotation is incredibly stable. Stopping an entire planet would require an unimaginable amount of energy, far beyond anything humans could ever produce. In reality, the Earth's spin changes only by tiny fractions of a second over many years. And scientists monitor those changes with incredible precision. So tomorrow, the sun will still rise. The Earth will keep spinning. And you'll never notice the incredible speed you're traveling through space. The strangest part? Even after hearing all of this, you'll probably stand up, walk outside, and feel completely still. But beneath your feet, the planet is quietly carrying you around the world at airplane speeds, without you noticing a thing. And maybe that's the most incredible fact of all.